Hey viewers, hey subscribers, and welcome back to my channel, Aquarian Empress Tarot. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, welcome to my returning subbies. Welcome back, you guys. I wanted to hop in just for a little bit and do a few live readings because I haven't been live in a few days. So I was like, let me hop in, you know. So for anyone who's wanting to hop in, it is donation based. Feel free to let me know once you send in your donation so I know, okay, I need to add so-and-so to the list, okay? Also, for those who are in tarot class, I'm going to pop on Instagram and just do a really quick little quiz for y'all so that way y'all can hop in and join in on that too when I get off of here. I'm only going to be in here for a short time. So if you want to read and hop in. Hop in, hop in. I'm just giving everybody a minute to hop in. I'm almost done with all of the New Year's readings for the signs. So if you have not seen your sign, Sagittarius, yours will be uploaded tonight. Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Y'all's will be done hopefully by Saturday. That's the goal, okay? I've had some technical difficulties the past couple days. And yesterday I was tired out and I went to bed. Yes, ma'am, I went to bed. I was like, I'm not recording. I had to run around for work and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't have the energy. Sometimes you just don't got the energy. So I didn't do anything as far as recording last night and editing. I think a lot of people don't understand, like as a content creator, how much time and effort goes into not just recording the videos, but then you have to edit them, put the thumbnails together, copy and paste, type out the information that you want to put in your description, add tags to each individual video for each zodiac sign, go in, copy and paste. It's a lot of work involved. It's a lot of work involved per video. So by all means, please watch your zodiac sign and please leave a comment below. Thus far we've got, who do we got? Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, y'all's gonna be uploaded. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, y'all's are last. Last but definitely not least. I had intended to start at 7, but that didn't work out. So here we are. I had intended to start at 7, but that didn't work out. So give y'all a minute to hop in. Let me know when you're here. Also, if you when you watch your video for your content, let me know like where your sign falls. Like if you're Cancer, for example, July Cancer or June Cancer. You see what I'm saying? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Also, y'all, I was thinking about some really good questions that can, to ask like during a tarot reading. And one good question is to ask is like, how can I heal this situation? That's a really good question to ask when you're asking about relationships. And I don't mean just like romantic relationships, but relationships with other people. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, but how can I heal from this situation, and what can I learn from this situation? What is the message that Spirit wants me to know in this situation, right? That's a really great question to ask, because then it allows you to take some responsibility for the role that you played. Not holding you accountable for what somebody else did or how they reacted or responded, but it allows you to hold yourself responsible for the role that you played. It allows you to take a step back and examine how you may have reacted or responded, whether that was in a positive or negative way. It allows you to take a step back and look at the situation objectively, if that makes sense. What else was another good question I was thinking of for tarot? If y'all think of any good questions, let me know, because I'm trying to, this year, 2022, I really want, my desire is for my subscribers and viewers on my channel to really focus on growth and healing. You know what I mean? Growth and moving forward in your life. There has to be progress. Like, you can't stay stuck in the same situations over and over and over again and expect a different outcome. Just doesn't work. Also, what we cannot do and what we will not do on this channel is blame everybody else for everything going wrong, because it's not always everybody else. That's where personal accountability comes in. So I really want us to focus on that, and just generally, like, how can I grow from this situation? What are the messages that my spirit guides and ancestors want me to know in regards to or pertaining to this job opportunity? Or, what's the pros and cons of me staying versus leaving? Like, different questions along those lines versus, well, how does he feel about me? Because, I mean, if you're talking to the person or claiming them, if you're running around using labels, calling somebody your twin flame or soulmate, you should kind of have an idea of how this person feels about you. Y'all know how I feel about that question. It just irks my nerve. How is this person feeling about me? I mean, you can ask it, but it's going to be a very simple answer. And a lot of times it has to do with your own intuitive abilities, which is also another thing that I really want to push my viewers and subscribers to start utilizing. Utilize your own common sense, your own discernment, your own intuition in a lot of situations where you're not having to run to somebody else for guidance, for clarity, for insight. You kind of have an idea of what's going on because you're tapped in, you're tuned in to your own energetic field. Hey to whoever hopped in the live stream. Hey, I can't see you. I can't see. I don't know if it's YouTube or if it's me. I can't see you. Let me see. Here we are. I had intended to start at 7, but that didn't work out. So because sometimes YouTube is slow. Sometimes YouTube is very slow. Ricky? Very, very slow. So if you're here, just let me know. Leave a comment. That's the goal, y'all. Hey, I see 2 people watching, but y'all ain't saying nothing. Let me know if you can see the message. Oop. I don't know. Can you see the message? Can y'all see my message? I see it. But hey, welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome back, returning subscriber. This is just live readings, but you know me being an Aquarius, we're gonna do a little talking. So yeah, the goal this year is growth, personal growth, personal accountability, seeing situations for what they really are, seeing people for who they really are. One thing I have learned recently is that when a person, let me just share this with y'all. When a person that claims to be in your corner doesn't get their way, you really, really start to see that person's true colors for sure. Hey, Ricky. That's been a lesson. That's been a lesson for the past, I feel like, 2 weeks. When somebody doesn't get their way, you get to really see how they are going to react or respond in a situation. And it tells you a lot about that person. Ricky. So just be mindful of who you have in your inner circle, because everybody is not rooting for you. Everybody's not rooting for you. Everybody is not genuinely on your team. A lot of people won't admit this, but a lot of people are only around you just to be around. Just there's something about you, or there's something that you give off, whether it's energetically, whatever it is, they get something from you. And the moment that they stop getting that from you, whatever it is, emotional support, free readings, whatever the case may be, the moment they stop getting that from you, then you become no longer valuable to them. So you'll start to see nasty attitudes, bad behavior, negative, toxic traits coming out, because you're no longer providing them with whatever it was they were gleaning from you. So now is a really good time to evaluate your inner circle, because people will say one thing and do another. It's the thing about being human. People will say one thing and do another. Just like every new year, everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon and create. So I don't like to call them resolutions, because if you have a goal, set the goal, strategize, plan so that you can achieve that goal. But a resolution, it sounds like a repeat to me. In my mind, a resolution is a repeat of what we've already done, and it's already failed. So every year people will say, oh, my New Year's resolution, I'm going to lose 30 pounds. And then by the third month in, did you just go, were you at Taco Bell? Did I just see chocolate chip cookies in the front seat? See what I'm saying? So the intentions are well. And I honestly believe that a lot of people's intentions are well to begin with initially. They don't realize that it's like, I'm only here as long as I'm only following this person as long as, hey, Happily. How are you, love? What happened, girl? What happened? I'm only here as long as, this, that, and the third. I think people start out with good intentions, and then I don't know what happens. You were going to email me, too. You were going to email me and follow up. I'm good, love. Yes, I remember him. Yes. Yes. Pisces men are a different breed. They are a different breed. Ricky, what are you doing? Oh, so now you're tired. What happened? Hey, Aisha. What? I'm telling you, they're a different breed, child. They're a different breed. They're a different breed. And he'll probably, because you know, tomorrow starts Mercury retrograde. I'm just throwing that out there. Tomorrow starts Mercury retrograde. He'll probably reach out to you. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. There was probably more to his story than you knew. People are weird. People are so weird. This is what I was just explaining. Like, now is a really good time, since we're talking about Mercury retrograde, right? Now is a really good time to really evaluate how you react and respond to things. You don't want to react, because reacting out of emotion ain't gonna get you nowhere. But responding. Right. Right. Girl, I would move on like he didn't even exist. Since he unfollowed and blocked the messages, I would block him. Delete and block him. Because, you know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to pop back up out of the blue. Yeah. He's going to pop back up out of the blue. 9 months later, he going to pop back up talking about some, hey. Hey who? That's what I'm talking about. People are weird. People are weird. Like, now is a good time to really evaluate, you know, your response to situations. Let your response be cool. Like, don't even give people, what am I trying to say? You can help me, Aisha. Don't even give people more energy than they deserve. Don't even give people more energy than, you know what I mean? Some stuff, you just got to keep it short and sweet. Keep it short and sweet. I literally had that happen to me. Give him to God, honey. Give him to God. He is not yours. He belongs to God. Give him back to source. Like, some people are not even worth your time. Oh, and that's what I keep in my mind. This person that I see physically, there's a whole lot going on with that. So however that person perceives me, I'm not responsible for. However they feel, because I've been getting a whole lot of that this week. I feel this and I feel that. Feel. You know I'm an air sign, so you know how that goes. Keep those over there, okay? Keep them over there. Because, you know, I'm like, you know what? I have a job to do. I have a responsibility. I'm going to do my responsibility, and I'm going to see it through. How you feel, your perception of me, I'm not concerned with. If you don't want to be in a relationship, that's fine too. We'll go ahead and block and delete. You don't want to be a follower, we'll get you unfollowed. You don't want to be a customer, we'll go ahead and walk you out the store. You don't want to be a client, that's fine too. You don't want to be on the channel, unsubscribe. It don't bother me. It don't bother me. Whatever they want to do, move on. Get out the way. Just make room for what's supposed to be here. Make room for what's supposed to be here. Don't let it bother you. You did. You did. I feel like this has been a repeated, because I've had a similar experience dealing with somebody, girl. And it was a customer of mine. She acted the monkey ass fool. She did. And I can truly say at the end of the day, I went above and beyond for the person. Refunded them fully and everything, because I didn't want those problems. And it's against my policy to refund, but I did it out of courteousness. And the person was a complete ass. And then she unfollowed me, which was fine. I'm not bothered by it. But like I said, at the end of the day, I know that I did the best I could to assist that customer with what it was that she needed. So regardless, whether or not she comes back, I don't care. It ain't my problem. It ain't my problem. The only thing I can be concerned with is this. That's it. Once you've done like you did in that situation, you told him, you know, hey, let's talk about this or whatever. The person wants to do something different. Right. Or they actually want you, people always want to blame you. They want to blame you for it. They want to put somebody at fault. It's never themselves. They want to put somebody else at fault. It wasn't a reading, love. It was actually one of my tarot decks on my Etsy shop. She had purchased one, and if you go to my Etsy shop, anybody who's watching this live stream, feel free to do it right now. You go to my Etsy shop, you will see in the announcements on my Etsy shop, I clearly state to be aware, okay? I do not accept returns, exchanges, or do refunds, period. I also clearly state the shipping time can take up to 7 days because it's shipped directly from the manufacturer. It's there. If people read, they will see it right there. It's on the front of the shop. Oh, wait, delusional is not the word, honey. An ass is the word. So, we messaged or whatever back and forth about it because I had given her the order number for it, like, maybe Friday of last week or what have you. And then the company, like I said, it's a third-party manufacturer. Okay, y'all who are following the story. It's a third-party manufacturer. They sent me Monday, they sent me a tracking number for her. So I turned around and I also forwarded that information to her as well. Kept her abreast every step of the way. Hey, they just shipped it out. Here's the order number. 5 days later, almost a week later, they send me a tracking number. I send her the tracking number. She pops up. I don't like what's going on with this. I want a refund. That's how she said it. I said, okay, fine. I apologize because I didn't know it was going to be this much drama with this company or whatever. Then she snaps at me and tells me that she thinks it's unprofessional of me to blame the manufacturer for her deck not being shipped out. Who else's fault is it? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me, who else's fault is it? It's a third-party entity that's shipping it out. I don't have it. Exactly, happily, exactly. If you're impatient, just say that, right? But here's why I said, that's fine. I'll go ahead, and I immediately fully refunded this particular individual. And then she said, well, to be honest, I think it's unprofessional of you to tell me the issues that's going on with the manufacturer. For you to blame them is unprofessional. What? What? Exactly. Like, what? And she said, and I'm quite frankly getting bored of this situation. And I'm like, what? Wait, what? You see the reaction, Aisha? Happily? Do you see what I'm saying? People are hell-bent on getting things their way. And the moment that they don't, you're the problem. You're the problem because you set a boundary. You're the problem because you said no. Right, Aisha? It makes 0 sense. But here's the kicker. I felt you were unprofessional. Prove it. Do y'all see why I be saying feelings are not facts? Prove it to me. That's what I want. I want proof. I give no fucks about your feelings. Prove it to me that I was unprofessional. You can't. You can literally go and screenshot my messages. I kept you fully informed the entire time, as any business owner would do. You keep your customer informed. Oh, it's in transit. Oh, it's been dropped off at the post office. Here's the tracking number. It should be estimated arrival time 3 to 5 business days, 2 to 7 weeks, whatever the time is. As a business owner, you keep your customers informed. You're on top of it. What else are you supposed to do? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the foolishness that you got to deal with sometimes? The foolishness. On top of the boyfriend who doesn't answer the phone, or ghosts you, or doesn't return the text messages, or other things that can go wrong. Because, everything goes wrong at the worst time. Like, it's just this constant in the air. That's the only way I can explain it. It's like in the air right now. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just stay on my little island and not bother nobody. But then again, that's not good because you still have to interact. But people are so sensitive about everything. thing. People are on edge. People are on edge. Thank you, Happily. I really do try. And it's so funny to me because it'll be the people who try to come for me. The people who try to come for me. It's like the people who have no control over their emotions at all. It's always the people who are emotionally out of whack, who have no control at all. They always want to come for me. I'm always the villain in their story. Like, what? I was nothing but absolute kind to you. I gave you everything that you asked for. You know what? As a matter of fact, I forgot to throw this fact in there. I actually told her too, because I had to email that company, the manufacturer, to cancel her order because I had to pay out of pocket before she ordered through Etsy, the way that works. Hey, bub. So I told her, I said, if you still get the deck, that's fine. Please keep it. I lost money because I had to pay for it out, and I still have yet to hear back from the company on them processing my refund because it came from me. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what? Exactly, Happily. You can't, you know that saying, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't? It's like no matter what you do to go above and beyond for some people, it's not enough. It's not enough because people are, the heart above all things is like selfish. People are very entitled. They're very entitled. Like for her to tell me that I'm unprofessional, she said it was unprofessional of you. I said, what? Come again? It was unprofessional of you, and quite frankly, I'm done with talking about it. Have a good day. Excuse me? The entitlement for people. The entitlement of people to come in and demand a reading. It's the entitlement for me. Like, what makes you think that I owe you anything? I didn't have to refund you. I didn't have to do anything. I don't owe you anything. Do you see what I'm saying? People expect the red carpet to be rolled out for them, and it's like, it's not how the world works. Right, Happily? It's like, that's not how the world works. Just because you want something to be a particular way doesn't mean that that's how it's gonna go. People are weird. Or, they come to a reader and they're expecting the reader to be like, oh, well, here's the Two of Cups and the Lovers. Right, Aisha? But I thought about that, girl, I did. But then it was like, well, then she can try and leave a bad review on my shop. Because on Etsy, when people leave reviews, it stays there. And then it makes you look bad. And then it's like, even though I know that I didn't do anything wrong, it's going to make it look like, oh, this person is she could still do it. This person, because I didn't respond to her after her stupid message. I didn't even respond to her. I was like, I'm not giving any more energy to this shit. I've done everything I needed to do. So that's it. I'm done with it. But she could technically still leave a bad review or slander me or whatever. I don't care. Because anybody who's done business with me before knows that I'm very efficient. But that's how it goes. Yeah, that's how it goes. Very flaky. Pisces is one of those signs too. Particularly the men, I noticed they're very flaky. They're very flaky. What's in your ear? Come here. They're very flaky. So it's not you, hun. Yeah, it's not you. He wasn't ready. Happily, you're like a ball of fire. No pun intended, because you're a fire sign. But your energy is strong. It's very strong. And not everybody can handle it. Honey, he's a water sign. He might not have been able to handle it. Hey, Ricky. But yeah, I'm at this point now. It's just like, you know, if you're not here for the right reasons, please be gone. Remove yourself. Just go, get out of the way. Go. Take your business elsewhere. Take your complaints, comments, questions, concerns, take them somewhere else. If you got a problem, take them somewhere else. Don't nobody need that. Quit biting. Sorry, y'all. Rico wants to play. It's like nobody has time for all of that. You know what I mean? Like, if you know, this is kind of goes back to my last live stream, right? When I was talking about being delusional. Nobody has time for all of that rah-rah. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not responding to this. It's like that with me. You want to argue. I can't argue with you. Move, Ricky. Yeah, like, I'm not finna sit here and argue with you or nobody else. It's like people coming into my live stream with all of that. No, go away. Peace. If it's not peace, it's problems. We're not doing that. Not this year. No. We got enough problems with the damn government already. We got enough problems with them trying to mandate and everything else. We got enough issues going on. All this other extra stuff, like, no, we don't need it. We don't need it. And a lot of people aren't even aware of what's going on in the real world right now. Like, the stuff that's going on in politics, in government, would make your head spin. Like, that's a whole nother subject in and of itself. But it's funny to me how people stress over petty things, like things that don't even matter. And it's like, you know what? You can have it. You have your opinion, you can have it. You can have it. If you want to make me out to be the villain, fine. I'll take that. You can't accept the truth, fine. Go to somebody that's going to lie to you. Go on over there. Go on to the liars. And I think a lot of people, I was thinking about this before I even hopped in. Yes. What do they call it? Fascism, happily. I think a lot of people are initially attracted to tarot because it's entertaining. You know what I mean? It's drama. People actually, especially Western culture, American culture, people are so used to being entertained. So, you see reality TV shows and stuff going on in people's lives, and it's messy. And a lot of tarot readers they talk about messy things. I'm just being honest. And so people get engulfed in the storylines that a lot of. So instead of focusing on the healing aspect, yes, exactly, happily, same. You get disappointed and you just keep it moving, because if you stay stuck, you'll get it. No, we're not gonna stay in that energy. We're just gonna keep. So that's why I said, I had made a post last week. I was like, listen, if you secretly have a problem with me, if you secretly hate my channel, if you don't want to support me, please unsubscribe. Please unfollow. I'm not going to change who I am. This is what you're going to get. Everybody's not for everybody. And if you realize after 3 weeks of watching Aquarian Empress Tarot that she is not the one for you, honey, move on. There are hundreds of other readers, channels. You can go there. Go there and be thoroughly entertained. What I don't like about human nature is the lies. It's the lies, and it's the contradictive behavior. Because you'll say, oh, I appreciate your bluntness. But then when I'm honest with you during your reading, you want to sit and argue with me. When I'm honest that this person is not going to be reaching out to you, the cards are showing me this person is not going to be reaching out to you, you want to argue back and forth with me. Why? Make it make sense. You don't really appreciate the honesty. When I'm giving you the advice that Spirit provides, you want to tell me, oh, well, I'm almost to the point of, or, well, he's showing signs of like he's a damn patient, like he's got an illness and he's in recovery. No, he don't want to talk to you, because if he did, he would be consistent with talking to you. He would call you regularly. You wouldn't be on my channel asking me about this individual if he was that serious, if he was that into you. Because when somebody's into you, you don't have to second guess it. But no, you can handle the truth. Can you? Can you? Sometimes that's my question. That's my question. Can you really handle the truth? Because people will be like, oh yeah, I can take it. I can take it. Yeah, until it's you. Then it's like, struck some nerves. Now you're ready to fight. That's not what happened. That's not what I said. Right, Aisha? That's not what I said. I only did this. I don't care if you only licked the floor. You are still a part of enabling his stupid behavior. Stupid is as stupid does. You've been stuck on stupid. That's what Spirit said, not me. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the middleman. Sorry. But then it shows that you really can't handle the truth. You really can't handle the truth. You know? It is what it is, though. Ricky. But it always tickles me. It always tickles me when people are like, oh, I just love how straightforward you are. Where were you during the live stream? Where were you, honey? Where were you? Hey, Divine Love. It just tickles me when people say that to me, and I'm like, but when Spirit gives you the raw truth, you have a whole problem. Like, you know it. But yeah, people are weird. Happily, that guy, he'll come back around. Right, Aisha, grown kids. I don't understand it. And I honestly believe that most people know. Hey, Spirit's message this morning, because I did a collective pick a card from ancestor messages, and the first message that Spirit gave was, you're not alone. Because a lot of people have that. We talked about this in the last live stream. We were talking about being delusional, you know, the abandonment wounds, the rejection wounds, and a lot of people can't stand to be the sight of their own selves being alone. And so, because I was thinking about this as I was talking to somebody earlier about why people stay in toxic relationships, because we've all been there. But at some point, you know, some people leave the situation a lot sooner than others. And I was trying to figure out why some people still linger on, because they don't want to be alone. They're literally afraid of being alone. And, which I get it, because, you know, human beings, we're social. You know, we're social creatures. We've got to interact with other people. We have to feel that love, that empathy, and all of those things. That's just like children. You know what I mean? Children have to be surrounded by love and nurturing and motherly things and things that, you know, to nurture them. But when somebody has that abandonment wounding, it's hard for them. They can get into a toxic situation, men and women. And surprisingly, to my surprise, y'all, forgive me, I didn't really realize how often men actually settle too. Men actually do settle a lot for women who just don't really appreciate them, or like we were talking about earlier, they're only with them for certain reasons. They're only with them for clout. They're only with them for some type of gain, whatever they're getting out of the relationship. That's the wrong reason to be with somebody. That's not love. You know what I mean? That's usury. Like, you're using this person as long as you can get something from them. So, a lot of times, the man will stick around because it's like, well, I don't want to leave my kids in this situation, or I don't want to put myself in a bad situation. If we break up, I have nowhere to go. That type of thing, you know, and women too. Women too. It's happening to women too. But it brought a, recently, it was like a light bulb went off for me where I realized that this is not just a women problem. Men go through it too. We just don't hear about it a lot. But collectively, we need to do better. And that's my goal, that's my aim for my readings here on out. Yes, exactly, divine situationships. It's for clarity and advice, spiritual guidance for healing and growth. If you're not ready to grow, then do not come to me with no question. If you're not ready to grow, if you're not ready to get the things that you truly deserve, you do deserve to have. Men and women, you deserve to have a loving relationship. You deserve to have peace. You deserve to be adored, admired, compliments, all those things. You deserve to have intimacy. You know, there are actually people, I did not know this until recently. There are people in relationships, like intimate relationships with people, and there's no sex. There's no physical touch. There's none of that. Like, they just don't. And I'm like, so why are y'all together? Like, how is that working out? Like, I think that's the craziest thing. But there are people in relationships like that because it's so toxic. And I'm like, you're still calling this person your, you know, like you said, Divine, that's a situation. That's not even a relationship. Like, y'all live together. Y'all are roommates. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing romantic or loving or anything about it. So what, you know what I mean? Like, what makes you stay there? And it's just like, wow. People actually put up with a lot of stuff that you don't have to. You don't have to. Oh, y'all. I was like, who's crunching? Rico. But yeah, people put up with a lot of stuff they don't even have to put up with. And I think the moment that you really realize you're not alone, you have a support system, which is why, if you notice, if you've been on my channel for an extended amount of time, I'm always encouraging you, especially women, to surround yourself with love. Surround yourself with family and friends. Surround yourself with family and friends. Surround yourself with other people outside of a partner that's going to provide you the love and support that you need. You know? Aisha, I know you lying. Surround yourself with people who really do love you, and they want the best for you. And I know that can be hard because, you know, like, when you go to people like that in confidence and stuff like that, and you talk to them about whatever you got going on, people are going to give you advice. They're going to give you advice, and sometimes you don't want to hear it because you know what they're saying is true, but they actually are looking out for you. Keep in mind that a true friend has nothing to lose or gain by telling you the truth. If your friend didn't love you, if your mom didn't love you, your aunt didn't love, whoever it is that, you know, you're very, very close to, and they're giving you wise, sage advice, they have nothing to lose. You know how when you're young, you just think, don't nobody want me to have fun. Don't nobody want me to go out. They don't want me to. No. If they didn't love you, they will let you run wild, run the streets, and find out the hard way. But the people that actually care, the people who've actually been down that road, the people who've actually made those mistakes, they can tell you from experience, if you stay in this situation, it's going to get worse. If you don't leave, this child is going to suffer. If you keep putting up with this, it's going to escalate to this. But people always think you're trying to force them to do something. No, not at all. Not at all. But I can tell you because I've lived it. Right? Because life is an experience. And you can get experience from somebody who's younger than you. I can have a 60-year-old woman learn something from me. I'm in my 30s. But because our life's experiences are different. Our life journeys, our soul's journeys are different. She may be able to learn something from me and I learn something from her, but it's in a totally different area of life. She may be able to teach me something career-wise where I may be able to impart something to her relationship-wise. She may be like, wow, I never, you know what I mean? I never thought about that. Yes. Yes. That's true, happily. You can tell when somebody genuinely cares about you. They're going to check in on you. They're going to make sure you're okay. They're going to make sure you made it home safely. That for me is a big deal, especially with a man, because it's like, you should care enough about my safety to check in. You know what I'm saying? You should care enough about my safety to make sure that I'm okay. You know it? Yeah. You should care enough. Even if you're upset with me, even if, and I'm just being completely honest with y'all, like, even if the Sagittarius, even if him and I are not on like the best of terms, he will still call me just to make sure that I'm all right. Make sure that I made it home okay. Like, I'm just calling to check on you, make sure you're all right. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. You know, because sometimes I get an attitude. But he will still call and check and make sure that I made it safely. You know what I mean? Like, that's regularly. You know, when somebody cares, you know. And I think that's a hard reality too. Like, when you're not used to being in a relationship, like a real relationship with somebody who cares, like, sometimes it can like scare you, like, whoa, this person actually is showing love. This person is actually being affectionate. This person is actually they care about my well-being. They care about my safety. Those are things, Rico, those are things that should be priority, you know? And sometimes we sabotage it. It's the immaturity for me, happily, because a mature man is not going to think that way. Sometimes we sabotage it because women, sometimes we overthink it and we think, oh, this is too good to be true. Right, that's true. We think it's too good to be true, so we end up giving resistance when we really need to be receptive to that love. We need to be receptive to that, them wanting to protect, or even if you got it, like, if he's offering to pay for something, let him pay. He says, baby, don't worry about it, I got it, let him take care of it. He wants to step in. He's taking initiative. Allow him to do so. Just because you're used to doing it all doesn't mean you have to. Just because you're not used to somebody doing something out of kindness, not with expecting something in return from you, does not mean that those types of men do not exist. There are women who think, oh, well, he's only doing this for me because he's expecting, you know what I'm saying. And he's like, I just like you as a person. I'm just trying to get to know you as a person. And you've already made this negative assumption in your mind about this man that this is his goal. But you don't know that. You don't know that until you do, right? Until you take the time to get to know him. So sometimes we can be our own worst enemy because we've been through so much. We've had so much happen. It carries over. And so we're still thinking, why is he being so nice? Why is he doing this? Why are they, accept the kindness, accept the gifts, accept the splurges, accept the romance, accept it. You deserve that. You deserve it. So if you push it away, you're saying, well, I don't want that. I don't deserve it, blah, blah, blah. Like, no. We're not doing it this year. If he buys you something, keep it. Don't tell him no. Don't try to be modest. Oh, that's all right. I got it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. If he says he's going to pay, allow him. Allow him to take the lead. But yeah. I agree happily. I agree. Y'all. And I've already been on here for a good hour. But yeah, people are a hot mess. Happily. Girl, you a hot mess. I mean, I get what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. But, you know, sometimes people just really genuinely want to do something nice. You know, like I had this little old lady that lives there. She lives down my street, and she's so sweet. She'll come because she knows that she'll see Rico outside. Right. That's a no. That's a no, Pisces man. No. So she'll see Rico outside and she'll be like, here, honey, I brought him some carrots. I was like, Rico, look, I brought him some carrots and some apples and things. And I'm just like, she comes out of her way. Ouch. She comes out of her way to do that. And I'm like, oh, thank you. You don't have to do that. And she's like, no, honey, baby, I want to bring them to you because I'm not going to use them anyway. And I know he eats them. So she'll bring them to me, you know. She isn't recently because it's been cold and I don't expect her to. But all summer, she would bring them. She would bring them every week. She would come knocking on my door and bring me a little bag. And, you know, sometimes people just want to genuinely do nice things for you, and that is okay. That is okay. Come here, cause you really rowdy. But yeah, let them dote on you. If they're gonna do it, let them do it. And if they ain't gonna do it, like Happily said, it ain't for free. But since we talking about it, Happily, I had seen something the other day and I bust out laughing so bad because, yes, what do y'all think about that? I love having guy friends. I mean, I don't now because I'm in a relationship, but I think guy friends are really great because it's platonic. You know what I mean? It's platonic. And, you know, a male perspective of things is always like, it's just very, it's simple. It's very black and white. Men's perception of things. Yes, Happily, exactly. Men's perception of things is just so like, you know, y'all know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. So it's just so like, you know, you're talking to him and he's listening and he's taking in the information and then he's like, oh, well, why didn't you just, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, why didn't you know what he's trying to do? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so men are like, yeah. Right, Happily. Yeah. Like, I was telling my person earlier today, I was telling him about this guy that came into my office. And the guy, he was just on some foolishness. He was on some straight foolishness, y'all. First of all, he showed up unannounced. I said, you should have called before you came up here because I almost didn't let him in the door because I keep my door locked. If it's not an appointment, you're not getting in. So, yes, Divine. Okay. See, I'm not the only person. I'm not the only one. So, he came up to the door, really acting the fool. Oh, like he was just so cold, y'all. So I let him on inside, and I was like, "Can I help you?" And he was like, I said, "Did you get the stuff done that you were supposed to do that I asked you to do last week?" No. Do you see what I'm saying? No. Straight on foolishness. I said, "Okay, here we go." So I said, "Come on back." So I had to bring him back to my desk so I could pull his application out. I need help. I said, "Help with what?" I didn't get to do the forms because it's an electronic format. I know, happily. It's the risk. It's the risk. It's the risk, girl. That's when that's when you gotta create space. Yeah, you gotta create space. When when you start seeing feelings, because what are those? You gotta create space. Like, you're doing too much. You're doing too much now. Yeah, you're doing too much. So, excuse me. So he's like, I need help. I said, you can sit over there because I have let's say this table is my desk and then my office desk, like I have an office desk. I said, you can go sit over there at the computer, sign into your account, and start filling out the documents electronically because that's how our format is set up in my office. He was like, I don't have my password. Y'all, he was thinking of every excuse in the book, everything that he was supposed to have. And then it dawned on me. I was like, you know what? He don't really want a job. Because if he did, he would have had all of this together. All this drama would not be going on. He came in here to shoot the breeze. He's trying to flirt, like Happily said. So, so when I was telling my personal story, that's exactly what he said before I even said anything else. He said he don't want no job. He coming in there to flirt. I was dead. I was like, you know what? I think so too. But I had phone calls to make and I was not playing. So he had to hurry up and get out. But I'm just like, you said he wasted y'all, I kid you not. He wasted like a good 45 minutes playing around, looking on his phone, talking about how do you not have your password when you left the house? Oh, I had to go run and drop somebody off at, he said some story, I think he made it up, y'all. I think he was lying. He's a Virgo. Because y'all needed that detail. And he was like, I had to go drop somebody off at school and then I was going to go get breakfast, but I don't really eat breakfast. And he kept contradicting himself. Like he would say things that made no sense. And he was just very his energy was like, and I was like, can you just sit over there? Because, you're making me you know what I mean? I said, you need to go sit down because you're neurotic. And he was like, what does that mean? I said, look it up. So he looked it up and he was like, are you saying I need medication? I said, well, I mean, do you? He started laughing and set over to the other side. And I'm like, can we hurry this up? Because you've wasted a good 45 minutes. He was like, well, damn, I can't find my stuff. So I think I'm just going to go back home and go back to bed. Works for me. It works for me. You want to go home and go back to bed? I have other things to do. I don't have time. I don't have time today. Everybody is on something. They're on something this week. And I'm just like, get out. Everybody get out. Like mamas, when everybody is running in and out of the house, she's like, everybody just get out. Just get out. I'm shutting my doors. That's how I felt today. That's how I felt the past week. Everybody get out. Whew, chow. But as soon as I told my person about it, he was like, he didn't want no job. He was just in there to talk. He was just in there to flirt. And I was like, you right. You are right. That's exactly what it is. But you know what? My person is a Sagittarius, but he has a Pisces moon. And I think he's very intuitive. Very intuitive. A lot of times I don't even have to say nothing. He just knows stuff. And I'm like, how do you know? How do you know? But I find that too. Men are a lot easier to talk to for some reason. I don't know what's the reason, but they're a lot easier to talk to sometimes. Sometimes you feel like, is he there? It makes you wonder. Anyway, y'all, it's almost 9 o'clock and I'm not gonna hold y'all. But I plan on going live hopefully Saturday morning. We'll see how it goes. Pray for me, y'all. Tomorrow's Friday. It's looking a little risky. But hopefully I plan on either going live tomorrow night or Friday morning. I'll keep y'all posted for sure tomorrow and let you know. If y'all are tarot students, watch my stories on Instagram because I'm going to be testing y'all on the cards, okay, for the next tarot class. So thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Thank you for everybody who hopped in the live stream. Y'all have a good night and get some rest.